Okay, remember, anything in my videos are just my opinions and my views, and I don't have the answers, and I'm just searching for them, you know what I mean? This sucks. There's no one in this world to talk to, it's driving me insane, but what do we all got going on today? I took the Poppy for a walk earlier, and we went down the church and made our way down through the pond, and, well, there's some boys fishing down there, so we just came back home, just a short little walk. It got me to thinking, like, why do people hold on to their lies? Like, I'm looking at the church and I'm like, I'm being honest with myself, and I'm like, how many of those people are actually saved? Because I know their leader's not, and I could show that. I mean, there's a right and there's a wrong, and that's why you have conversations to figure things out. But I don't know, any man of God that's a preacher or a priest, and you see someone back doing nothing, not hurting anybody, you get the balls to say, "Hey, what are you doing back there?" And they say, "Well, I'm talking to God." Just sit back there by myself and I talk to God. And actually, I know why you're asking this because I seen fucking pipes in there and shit, but in the fire pit. But that's not me. I can show you. I took pictures of them and said, "Hey, wife, is this what this is? Which one is this?" So that man would say, "Oh, I don't have a problem." Or I was like, "Hey, even when I'm back there, I'd love to talk about Jesus and God with you." You know what I mean? If you're just here and you see me back there, come talk to me. Yeah. So no problems. I can, you know, because he's like, yeah, we had some homeless people, we fed them, and then we had to send them on their way. It's like, it's not the perfect opportunity. He's trying to bring someone to Christ, but no, you're gonna feed those hooligans and send them on their way. I don't know if he knows what a preacher is. It's weird, but maybe I got it all wrong. Maybe when I went back the next day and there was, no trespassing signs, was a true indication that, well, what he said to me was a lie. And when we came face to face again, he still held on to a lie, and I was like, "You're a preacher, you know if you're lying." That probably takes you to hell, like, "What are you doing, bud?" Like, I mean, I think it's on video somewhere, but it's just weird that a preacher these days would lie about just because he didn't wanna, I don't even know, like, face the reality that he was a douchebag and not a good person. He couldn't explain why he didn't want me back there, but he just didn't. And I even said to him again, I was like, "Hey, bud," I even said to you, "Bud, we can talk about Jesus." Like what am I hurting back there? But then he proceeded to call Jesus my Jesus. And then I knew, I thought, oh my goodness, this poor fella who's invested his life in God is serving Satan. Doesn't even know it. He thinks he's the good guy, and I'm the bad guy. Wow, could you imagine that preacher waking up to finding out he fucked with the chosen one? This is what I mean. This is all silliness to me. Like, I put the title, "Hey, little me, wake up. Wake up, little me." It's like, fuck, bud, if you don't realize you've been spreading shit all over the internet about me and fucking wanting to hate me so desperately, dude, it's all over. I try explaining things, "Hey, this," and he fucking twisted on me. "You treat your grandfather like shit." Yeah. Like, No fucking clue about what's going on. Hey, bud, do you think you should be fucking tied to the hip to somebody that you didn't marry and not be able to have a 15, 20-minute walk to yourself? Meanwhile, there's another able body that's taking 0% of their time out of their day to help, but that's where we're at, little but then again, he did apologize about the father-in-law stuff. He kinda looked bad when he passed away. Can't look like a total douchebag, right? Still holding on to everything else, so, dude, you are mind controlled and manipulated. You are the weak one, fella. You're the one that doesn't have the truth, fella. You're the one that needs to wake up, fella. Like, what do you think? Do you think hell is good? Do you think holding on to your stupidity is a good idea for you? I start searching, bud. I start figuring out and taking a good hard fucking look at yourself. Because I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying this, bud. I'm saying that if it turned out that there was a bunch of people out there working for God and that you went against them, probably be pretty hard on your family, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be hard on your family to find that out, dude? That would be hard on your family. All because you're a fucking douchebag. Figure your shit out, bro, before it all goes bad for you. I'm not saying you're all bad, but fuck, you got some mental problems in your head where you don't like to listen, you like to assume and think up your own stories in your head instead of living in the reality that you should be living in, where there's a bunch of fucking douchebags coming for your children, and, well, quite frankly, you just think you're a loser, so you guess you'll continue to be one. Be one with Satan, bud. How does hell sound? Fuck, doesn't sound good to me, bud. But you let me know, cause I keep telling everybody, "You got demons, you got demons." Well, let me know because I don't want them. I don't wanna hold on to anything I don't need to hold on to, you know what I mean? We're all liars, little me, even me. I am carrying on right at this time somebody's lies that I'm unaware of. You know what I mean? But if I find out they're lies, I gotta let them go. They don't belong to me. That's the thing, let go of your identity, little me, and find out who you actually are. Don't let them box you in, little me. Get out of that box. See bud, Bill Gates is no better than you, dude. I'm telling you right now. Klaus Schwab has nothing on you, little me. Nothing. But you allow him to. You you, I can't like, but let's have a discussion about Bill Gates. And you let me know where I'm wrong, because I don't wanna think a human is that fucking diabolical. I really don't, dude. Like, I really think he fucking hates you. Hates your fucking guts, despises you, dude. I want the best for you. And you wanna come after me and be a big pussy and let Bill get away with the shit. What's wrong with you, brother? Alright, well, wake up. We got a little shorty on here. Rebel News. It's not real. It's Rebel News' fault. They're talking about the pharmacy Rexall. And one of the stores made them all wear rainbow shirts to celebrate, and if they didn't like it, there'd be repercussions. Is that even fair? Like, why should there even be pride in sexuality anyways? You should be proud of who you are. we should come to the understanding that, well, we should just accept each other for who we are, you know what I mean? Don't push who you are on children. Let them figure out who they are. Like, this is a problem and nobody seems to see it. Like, you should be proud of who you are, not some identity that you wanna tag yourself with and put yourself in a box with a whole group, and then you feel like you gotta stick up for the other ones that maybe just aren't right, that wanna push an agenda. See, I think Christians got it all wrong, like I said. Like, is homosexuality sin? I don't know. Don't know. Does it seem natural to me? No, it doesn't. 'Cause I've never had to live in the head of somebody who thinks that way. You know what I mean? So, wouldn't it be better to try and inspire them and bring them to God and they can figure out for themselves? They can get that relationship with God, and if there's something wrong with them they need to change, then that's between them and God. I don't get it. Do you guys agree with censorship? Huh? You agree with it? I think it's the worst thing you can do. You're hiding what's there. Like, hey, if you wanna be a white dude and you wanna have a store where you don't want black people in there, I say hang that sign real high and real proud. I ain't never going in that store, but I'd like to see who wants to go into that store, and if I was a smart individual, I'd go open a store up the exact same store in the same town where everybody's welcome and see where everybody went. Teach that guy a lesson. Hating will cost you sooner or later, you know what I mean? But you gotta step up. You gotta just we all get offended and upset. They're telling us who they are for crying out loud. Don't support them. It's that easy, you know what I mean? Like, it's like Dagbert. There's something deep down dark inside of him where he likes to throw these subliminals out there. You know what I mean? And they're out there for everybody to see. And he's just allowed to do it. He gets supporters and can say whatever he wants and say it's a skit or whatever. What else we got going on today? Hey, listen, anybody out there, are they into Sadhguru? Is that his name? Sadhguru. Listen, don't be ashamed of it if you are, okay? Let me know. Sadhguru. See, I got myself into him a little bit there. I even got his apps, so don't be ashamed if you're into him. But I want you guys' opinion on this stuff, okay? I just think he's like when you actually start listening, he's a circle jerker. It's like to me, spirituality is all about trying. It's simplification. Like the thing is, these guys do say wise things. They gotta entangle you somehow, but then I think they give you a whole bunch of nonsense. But I might be wrong. I don't know. This is just my opinion. But these are kind of some of the things that kind of disturb me. That wow, oh, what is it? There was one. Oh, here we go. From the World Economic Forum India Economic Summit 2019. Just giving the game away. Clip number 8. So in the session we just attended here at the Economic Forum, it seems there was a sense of relief actually in your frankness. You brought up some issues that the others are reluctant to bring up. Like, so against me because I'm talking about the peace. They want more souls. I want rest on the payment. Like, I don't know if you guys have went and watched the WEF videos yet, but I don't think they got good plans for you, but Sadhguru has aligned himself with the WEF and with, like, less souls on it. Like, you gotta ask yourself, how did he get so popular, and why is he left alone, and the real thing is that I'm scared for how many souls he has, you know what I mean? He's got a lot of subscribers, he's got a lot of people listening to what he has to say, and if he's taking them the wrong way, like, oh my goodness, that's thinking pretty evil and not very smart, you know what I mean? Like, what does he think? Like, these guys, like, it's obviously the devil, right? Like, what would make you join the WEF? I need more information. Like, if I'm missing something where the WEF is good for humanity, please someone let me know because I don't like talking shit on 'em. But when I see Klaus Schwab in these fucking, I don't know, Lord of the Sith fucking outfits, it's all sorts of weird, you know what I mean? And it seems like wherever you got this heavy yachts and stuff, you got this satanic stuff. Knowing who his father was, and Christie is grandfather, and Christie is part of it. That's our deputy prime minister in Canada. You gotta ask yourself the questions. Like, what is going on, eh? You can't even trust the guru. Like, maybe we can. Maybe he's with God. I ain't following him. You know what I mean? I'm gonna follow the truth. I'd ask him some questions. You know what I mean? I believe I'm one person he could not circle jerk around. I think I could be able to simplify things for him and say, "That doesn't how does that even make sense?" You know what I mean? But you have to break it down for him, you know what I mean? You have to show him what he's saying, and maybe he's just not aware. Maybe he is a good guy. He's just buying into his own bullshit, but I don't see it. I know Klaus Schwab is a penetrator, and I think Saguru might have been penetrated. But hey, I was gonna do another video on here too. But have you guys ever seen the video? It's of Donald Trump and the Pope. And they're going to take a picture, and Donald's like fondling his hand, like playing with his hand. Turns out now I've seen a video, maybe it's not real, I don't know, where Donald Trump says that the Pope says that Donald Trump isn't Christian. But then again, he the Pope does like Klaus Schwab too. He's a gentleman of society. His thoughts on 10% of tea population. The Pope loves him. You ever think maybe the Pope sucking Satan's dick? Like, can we ask the Pope, "Hey, bud, whose team are you playing for?" Like, people get a choice. Like, stop your manipulation. Stop playing you're playing for Jesus. It's like your monkey suit belongs to the devil. Like, come on, buddy. Get with the program. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like this Pope's out there promoting pride. Do you think God wants pride being promoted? I think he wants people being promoted, whether they're gay or straight. I think he wants them to promote themselves through his son, Jesus Christ, and finding out the truth about themselves. And in order to know the truth about yourself, you got to know what's outside of yourself. And she's pure evil right now, people. Let me tell you. We need to get a grip on ourselves. And as adults, understand that the future of our children should be something we should be at least looking into. Let's let Carl know if he's wrong. Because, like, I tell you guys, I think he has Satan's in his brain. If I can get a couple of years for the light, maybe I can show my fucking family to get out of fucking Satan's brain too. You know what I mean? But I'm the bad guy for fighting with for what's right. See, the thing is, my family don't like me. My wife does love me. She likes this fake version she's built in her head of the man I used to be. And he's dead. He's done. He no longer stay silent. I do all the right things. I work for God. I fucking serve no man. This is the thing, like, it's hard for me with Christians when the most important thing in their life is supposed to be Christ. And it's not. It's not. It's the book. It's the book. You guys need to look into King James and figure out if he served God or if he served Satan. And he should have been anywhere near the Bible. Judge for yourself. I don't know. The Bible will tell you to be a fucking slave. If you're a slave, that means you're owned, and you've accepted that you're owned. Therefore, you have no soul. You accept that you're owned, and you have no power. You sold your soul. If you have a soul, you know you have your God-given rights. See, people don't know you have God-given rights. They have made you a slave right off the bat. If you have debt, you are a slave to that debt. And the Federal Reserve starts you right off at a debt. If some other entity is gaining off of, how does that make sense? How does it make sense? But anyways, like going back to the Christian, they should be with Christ. Should be with Christ. When you have Christ, He will make you strong to do the right things. And it shouldn't be that hard to just say no. Come together, take a look at what's going on, investigate, see if there's a shitty future coming, see if our mainstream news is lying to us. But we don't care. We just want to sit back and do nothing and think our Savior's coming. I hope he is. I hope Jesus is on the way. But what if it's our time to lay ourselves on the line for Christ, pick up our crosses? Nobody likes the sounds of that because then we have to change things. I hope he does come down. I hope he picks me to be part of his team. I bet you Candace Owens is a first round draft choice. That's just what I see. I see the Holy Spirit. You guys sit back and everybody walk. I don't know if you guys are watching or you should. Like she's a gangster. She's probably inside just scared to shit because she knows she's putting herself and her family on the line to inform you that your FBI is a bunch of fucking jokers and something needs to be done to put a fucking end to it. Same thing with our RCMP. Can you imagine someone putting their family and themselves on the line for you, and you don't think you have the power to at least stand up with them? This is why this world makes no sense to me. Everybody's just good chasing whatever they're chasing. I don't know what it is. Don't want to give up on the hatred, or I don't know. Like you guys are all sorts of messed up. Forgiveness, forgiveness, forgiveness. Forgiveness is forgiveness. You forgive them. That doesn't mean that you bring somebody back into your life that continuously keeps hurting you. You make sure you tell that person, I forgive you, and you no longer have power over me. I give you my trauma and my pain that you have given me, and I want you to know that. And now we have to separate and let them live with that trauma and pain so then they can recover from whatever it is that they have. I don't know. I'm talking about Candace. I watched the rest. Like I said, I don't really watch that much. I watch a few TikToks. I watch a couple YouTube videos that interest me and stuff. But oh, I finally watched the end of the Candace thing for the VP thing. And one of the picks for VP for Harris. It's really sketchy. You should go check it out. He made a woman that had been stabbed like 20 times, made it look like a suicide. Then again, she was with some rich guy when it happened too, so you know what I mean? Like, and there's lawyers involved, and you should go check it out. It's an interesting story. Why is it I can't keep anybody in my lives? Nobody will talk to me. It's really, it kind of disturbs me that this is the world that I live in, where no one could set aside what if my insanity becomes your guys' insanity soon? Um, I'm not saying there are, but what if there are aliens? Hey, shouldn't we know? Like, why do they withhold shit from us and we allow it? Like, is Bob Lazar a big old liar? We should be able to ask that. Like, it's all sorts of what if they are? What if they're here? Does that even phase your brains? Like, oh my goodness. Or would you go to instant, they're the bad guys. They're the bad guys instantly. We're the fallen angels. What if it's your music singers? You know what I mean? What if Eminem and MGK? And what if there's no such thing? Satan made it up. We all have the chance to go to God, and he's convinced a few fucking tards that they're fallen angels. I don't know. That'd be funny. What do you guys think they're promised? Hey, when you guys go to hell, you're gonna own all these souls. What if they do own all those souls? What if those souls are pissed off for being in hell that they torment the person for all of eternity? See, that's why I'm not taking chances. No way. I want the good way. You guys want it bad. I don't know. Like, if you guys can show me where I'm wrong, Like, I mean, you guys are maybe the Pope, but then again, why would the Pope come out and say there's no hell? Like this one, Franny said that. Like, what kind of shit's going on? Like, is there hell? Isn't there hell? Shouldn't we know so we can act appropriately? You know what I mean? Or is the Pope trying to take you guys to hell, making you think there's not a hell and you can do whatever the hell you want? No, no matter what you do, we all end up in the same little shiny place, dancing with one another within the rainbows. Who knows? Maybe that is the way it is. Like I said, I look for the worst case scenario. It's like, I just want my best outcome. I want to do all I want is the truth. That's all I want. Why does everybody hate me for asking for the truth? What is it that you guys hate about me, huh? Like, this is pretty bad. Where I like found myself in a troll environment and I can't get anybody to troll me. Is that you're smart enough to figure out that when you do that, you're only trolling yourself. I don't know. I don't know. Like, why isn't nobody will fuck with me? Like you guys say you're out for justice. You're out to, why isn't little me out standing up for the rest of the chosen ones? I'm the one making a bad look for the chosen ones. Why didn't you take me down? Or do I have to be part of the special space program first? I've only been on for half an hour. But yeah, go check out that Candace episode. I really recommend it. Another one I like is Roseanne Barr too. I think she'd be a first round draft choice too, but Russell Brand kind of comes off like he just wants the truth. You know what I mean? What is the truth? But they went after Russ, right? Trying to making him look for a bad guy when he already admitted he was a bad guy. Hey, that was me before. I tell myself that, right? Now all of a sudden somebody wants to. We didn't figure that out. Well, it's okay. Russ seems to have gotten over it. And, you know what I mean? More Christians should be like Russell, willing to stand up and like he does. Like maybe Russell will be a good one for you guys to start off. He tries to simplify things, and I don't know who are the liars. Is what I think is good. Is it evil, or is it what you guys think is good is evil? Which one is it? Is little Uzi Vert on the good side of things? Like, who signs with Satan? When you could all just say no, and band together and say, Satan be gone. Satan only exists when we let him, you know what I mean? Like, if no one listened to him, he'd have nowhere to go. But we just don't get that. It's for our benefit that we I don't know. See, this is why I do this. Like, we can figure everything out. Like, even if Trump is the bad guy, we have to figure this out. You know what I mean? But we should never follow a man. You know what I mean? Like, how does one become the Antichrist? He should never be the Antichrist. There should never be a man that we worship. You know what I mean? Jesus didn't want to be worshipped. He didn't come down to be worshipped. He asked you to believe in him. Why? Because the truth is the way. The truth is the way. That's just the way I see things. You know what I mean? And maybe God sent other people. I mean, the natives, they were big into truth and respect and communities and love and celebrating God. They got us on our knees. I don't think that's the way God wants it. God will bring you to your knees. He has me. I've begged him many times, please give me the answers. Please, 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 please. And then I have to learn to use the universe, what's given to me. You know what I mean? And decipher it for myself and hope that I'm right. And if I'm wrong, then all the better because I learned I was wrong and now I'm right. Who knows? Maybe I still might not be right, but just keep trying, boys and girls. Anyways, here's this. I wanted to get your guys' opinion because I think this is dirty. I do. I think this is really dirty, and things like this might put people in hell. But I might not. I might be wrong. I might not have the whole story. Wanted to be an arrow. Okay. And be out of my grandfather's inheritance, which went back days after William was released after 7 weeks in hospital. Al, you'll remember that in the city. You have to understand that Donald was my trustee. He was my trustee, which meant he was supposed to protect me and my family. He did the exact opposite. So the fund was my money, but I had to ask for it back, which was public. So when the fund was running low, I called Donald and I mentioned that. And he said, your son doesn't recognize you. Let him die and move to Florida. Now, I don't know how you can explain that away, the cruelty of the comments. But as you'll read in All in the Family, he had said something very similar in our last Oval Office meeting with a group of advocates. He had called me back into the office when everyone dispersed and said, those people, all those expenses, they should just die. So it's hard to wrap your head around that. We should note Donald Trump's Jesus account. He said that in a statement, I helped him so much more than anyone else in his life. And this is the thanks I get. Eric Trump, the president's son, took to Twitter X last night saying it's disappointing that after decades of unwavering love, support, golf memberships, et cetera, that you have decided to cash in his words, less than 100 days. So talk to us about this family dynamic now and respond to what they're saying. The dynamic started when I was very young, when I was able to grasp it and understand that I am one of the only people that knew Donald in his formative years, through his business career, and during his presidency. None of what this guy says in this interview makes sense to me. First off, you got to kind of look into the history. Donald Trump's older brother, that's his son, Fred. What Fred did is he didn't want any part of the business. It disturbed his father that he wasn't going to be part of the business, so therefore he wasn't going to be part of the business. So, you know what I mean? He went on to be an airline pilot and this and that. No big deal, right? Now, I have heard Trump talk about his brother Fred before in high regards, taught him to never drink alcohol. So I've heard Trump speak nicely of his brother. Now, this guy in here also says there was a trust set up and I had to go through Donald to get it, which was annoying. But he never said he didn't get it. I think he's just upset that he doesn't get more from Donald, that he's cashing out. He does a book. He says a bunch of horrible things that we don't know if are true or not because they only were said between him and Donald. Like, you got to watch this and pick up on all the little things. That's why I wish I had a screen. I wish I knew somebody was even paying attention, because that's really frustrating that I can't even keep one person in here for a fucking microsecond. Get you fucking dingle and dangle and 3 and 4 and this and that. Anyways, you gotta check out your own information. It looks like it's down and dirty and maybe a book deal plus some extra money, because that's how they I think that's how they like to launder money. They like to do payoffs with books. Might be wrong, but didn't sound like Donald did anything bad, and quite frankly, this guy seems sour that maybe he should be mad at his dad for getting out of the business. Maybe he should be mad at himself if he's not where he wants to be financially, and that he wants to whine about somebody else not being responsible for him. I don't know, like, you have to watch the interview because he says, like, "None of the families met my son," that's but then you pay attention and, wow, their son doesn't even live with them now, and that's why they've waited this long, but why has he waited this long? Like, about the trust and all that, his father's been dead for a long time, and it's like, it smells. Shouldn't be able to put lies on that like that on the news, you know what I mean? But I do think those book deals, I think they're shady, you know what I mean? I don't think people are buying as many books as they say they are, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Then again, Noah Harari sells a lot of books too, and uh, but people buy into his shit. Maybe I don't know. He wants you to all be weak and sympathize with each other. That way, you accept all drugs and video games in the future. He says it way nicer though. You know what I mean? He gets you rah rah. And if you don't want to fall in line, you're a bad human. Bad, bad, bad. You don't care about the other. Oh, you bad. If someone tells you they're a fucking whatever they tell you they are, that's what they are. You don't get to tell them. You don't get to say what you think you see, and maybe show them the proof. Here's a mirror. You know what I mean? Hey, you can't be a woman. Like, look, that thing tells me you're not a woman. Have a ding dong. Why? These days, we're all confused. And anyways, we'll keep her at about 45 minutes. This is why it's so hard for me to do these. Nobody watches, and nobody even wants to share. Nobody, hey, then again, hey, it's your future. You deal with it any way you want. The longer you ignore me, the longer it's gonna take for you to get your shit right. Who knows? Who knows? I might be wrong. I might be bananas. Maybe you could help me prove that I'm bananas. Anyways, good day, good night, and I'll see you later.